you've got the thought of your child as his or her DNA being collected in a big database, which is awfully convenient when you know that the government is working hand in glove with these obviously corrupt medical professionals. And that does, unfortunately, have to say, it includes an awful lot of doctors in particular. Otherwise, why would they be putting "do not resuscitate" at the end of people's beds? So when these doctors do their performances, they've already signed oaths. Should never sign an oath. And that's a big no-no, and so on. But these children, they're going to go back into a testing regime, and then it's almost like the government said, right, we're not going to be bothered educating them properly anymore. We're going to put them online anyway. So you've got the parents who will be, maybe two of them used to going out to work. Well, who's going to look after your children? And so on. There's such huge ramifications for 2021. What do you think? How's it working in Switzerland at the moment?
Well, in my situation, I wanted to do something different, and it was difficult because I was a single mom, and if you have to work, you cannot work and take care of your child at the same time. And I will try to, you don't send your child to school, you're being a bad parent because your child is not getting education, but then you send them, and then, they can get snatched by CPS criminals. But I encourage now that more and more people are awake and getting aware of what is going on to start to organize themselves, I mean, maybe people can do their, every day another parent watches 10 kids and do something with them, and then people only have to take off work one day, start to work 80% or something like that. I don't know. I would do. Now, I wouldn't send my son anymore to school after what happened. Schools are dangerous for the children, and I can only encourage the other parents now, especially with all these vaccine programs rolling out, make sure you're not consenting to this, and best is not to send your children back to school. That's my personal suggestion. I would not send my children to school anymore now in this day and age. No, too dangerous. But I understand if parents don't have another choice and I send them to school, but then at least make sure nothing is happening against your consent,
For anybody who's joining on Facebook, we're live in Switzerland with Sarah, and we're talking about the birth certificate scam and how we're all corporations, and the problems we're now facing with children who are in school, and basically the schools have more authority over our children, it would appear, than we do as parents because of the registration into the matrix. And what do we do in 2021 when the government has been quite explicit in saying we want to test the children? Sarah, is your child, have you spoken to him in the last 2 years?
Yeah, I've seen him shortly 2-3 times. His father is alienating him from me and my family, and I don't get to see him a lot. I've seen him 3 times, very short, but I'm able to WhatsApp him, and sometimes I can have a call with him, at least that. But I'm still waiting for him to come back. So
Are you still working in the meantime, keeping yourself busy?
I tried to go back to work. I was working again in 2019 after my son got kidnapped. But then my car got stolen, and then my camper got smashed in an accident. The wheel exploded, and then I decided to take a time out to leave Switzerland. And I wanted actually to go I'm half Swiss, I'm half Moroccan, I have family in Morocco. I wanted to go a little bit to Morocco, and then Corona came, and I couldn't go as planned, so I'm still waiting. And in the meantime, I'm using my time to educate the public as much as I can. I mean, I talk to so many people I never heard about the STRAWMAN Act. So I talk to children, I talk to a lot of people who have never heard about it, and they are more open now for this information. Like, a lot of people are now aware something is not right, you know. Now with Corona, this has actually made things much easier for me now than back in 2017. So yeah, I think it's going faster now that people are waking up, and because they all start to realize something is not right. And yeah, I mean, you hear a lot of people now talking about the New World Order, about the birth certificate. When you look back to 2017, were not so many people talking about that. So this has changed, and it's good. More people waking up and researching, investigating, and I'm glad about it, because this is nothing someone can do alone. It like needs a lot of people, yeah, to expose what is going on, and there's so much involved, you know, psychology, the law, legal information, the matrix, as you mentioned.
Yeah, the matrix. Can I ask you, this information, do you actually have it sort of written down? You know, I know you just showed me a little template there, which would be useful, I guess, to put in people's letterboxes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the flyer, yeah, the little flyer.
Yeah, the little flyer. But
the important one is the revoking consent template, and anyone who would like to get a copy can just contact me on Facebook. We also have a group for people who want to learn more. So, and yeah, or go on Julian Culture's Facebook profile. He has has done numerous infographics and templates, and people can just go on his Facebook and copy the infographics, the templates from him. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of work. Julian also made this matrix decoding Excel file with all the day counts plans from the Freemasons. You can see how they work, how they operate, how many times between the events, and how they do that. You know, it's all pre-planned in numbers. And I also would say, if people are interested, try to contact me or Julian for a copy of the matrix file. It's also important to see for future what is going to happen in the future, or if you can calculate in future events. And
is it possible for you to put that copy on our Skype commentary after this?
Yes.
So then I can share it as well, because you might end up with lots and lots of people coming to you. But if you can put it on this Skype call, and then when we go get it uploaded to YouTube, we can also then put the link on there, couldn't we?
Yeah, of course.
So this matrix, so this, when you said about what they've got planned in terms of dates and numbers and numerology and events, I mean, I don't know if you saw, but a couple of days ago I interviewed Alexandra JB from the Czech Republic. It's getting quite an international timeline, this actually. She fights the Illuminati. She is listening all the time. She's watching videos and key Illuminati players. And she listens to, you know, if somebody's been injured with a vaccine, she's looking at their names and so on. So she was saying that, well, we were talking about the financial reset was supposed to have actually been in March of 2020. But my understanding is that the Illuminati had some problems with that, with their infrastructure. Are you aware of anything connected with this?
Yes, as from the day count matrix file, I just have to look for it. This is, for example, an infograph from Julian.
Oh, let's have a look. Let me have a look.
I can.
This will be shown on YouTube.
And it would say the banking collapse, one world finance for May 9th of May 2021. Looking at the day count, at the matrix count file.
So it's coming up now as May 21 for the big reset.
This is what the numbers indicate. I don't know what will be in May next year for 100% sure, but this is what the matrix day count numbers indicate. And
Is there anything else there that we'd like to know about that might be useful for the viewers at home? Any other important dates or months next year?
Well, we have for February 2021 fuel shortages and weather manipulation, and depopulation for June 2021, 13th of June 2021. I mean, they're already doing it, but this looks like it's a date that is highlighted because of the day count, the matrix day count. So I will send this to you, and then you can look it up themselves. And also we, like, Julian collected a lot of information around different areas of the world. People have given him dates, and he has filled this in this Excel file, and then you see the patterns, of how they work, and like the Freemason, like especially prime numbers. This is like, for example, in Switzerland, they took away the trial by jury on the 1st of January 2011. It's 11/11. Also, the Rothschilds, they like this 11/11. I'm not sure if you also have heard about it. And then I brought in Swiss CPS on the 1st of January 2013. If you lose the 20, you have 11/13 is our prime numbers. And the whole Excel file just highlights this, how they, you basically then know what they do in their secret meetings. Nobody should know about what they're doing, because everybody would be like shocked, but if you, like, Julian took a lot of time, he has spent hours on this file, and it's really a big file. And then it shows the patterns about how they plan things, and it should make people angry about the secret societies and what they've done for ages, and what they're still doing, and what they're planning on doing. And it's further exposing them.
So we've talked off air about the fact that we don't actually have a legitimate queen. It's a subject that I've covered in several of my monologues and interviews, the fact that the queen is actually the illegitimate daughter of Winston Churchill. And there is this book, which I'll just show again, I've got from Portugal, which actually highlights the real king. So anybody who's been petitioning the queen, like the barons in 2001, they've been petitioning the wrong person. So this apparently, he wrote the real, supposed to be the real king of England. He did write to the queen in around 1997, which was before the barons were petitioned. And of course, the queen and Archbishop Carey at the time, the Archbishop of Canterbury, that is it Canterbury? I think he was. The Archbishop, they weren't really interested. I think there've been a lot of documents that have been burnt along and destroyed along the way. So we hear now that the Queen, because your court system, is your court system linked to the UK court system? Are all the court systems pretty much linked to each other?
I just think they operate the same way in this maritime legal trading system where they cash in on the bonds of equity. It's for example, in Germany, they took trial by jury away in 1923, like before in Switzerland. And I think Israel didn't even have trial by jury. I think it's done in stages in different countries, a little bit earlier or later. But